Welcome to Popcorn Planet.
Hey up everyone, it's me, Steph the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, and the Steph the Alternate Cross Popcorn Planet Takeover continues. Oh yes, it is Ladies' Night, woo woo, the long-awaited, and guess who's come to join me? It's Kim, everyone! Yes! How are you doing, love?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
We are breaking that tart-shaped tape today. I tell you that right now, lass.
This is the test.
What's in your pink Starbucks?
My Frappuccino, as always. This is how I keep myself going.
Me? Coca-Cola. Not sponsored, but I wouldn't say no. We will be joined by the one and only my LA spirit animal, Amy Goodhart, later on in the show. However, before we jump into the main topic and then really kick off Ladies' Night, first and foremost, make sure whatever you do next, you click on that subscribe button, turn that notification bell to all, smash that like button, and put a comment down below. How do you think we're doing so far? And if you want to go one step further, why not join today? Become a Popcorn Planeteer and get some extra goodies from Mr. Andy Signor himself. He did release a member-only video earlier on this week, and yeah, the thumbnail pretty much says it all. So there we go on that score. Before we jump in though, my goodness, Margot, woo! Thank you so much for stepping up again with the €5 super chat saying, welcome girls. Well, welcome to you as well. Brilliant start, yes. Keep the support coming, you guys. But with that being said, I really want Ladies' Night to begin, so shall we kick off with the topic of the day?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, essentially, Newsweek has this article, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. Has Amber Heard actually turned on Eve Barlow? Like completely, cut her loose? Like, what the deuce is going on? Now,
I have no idea.
Guys, you might be surprised of what's going to be coming out of my gob with this one. But, let's go. So, oh, hang on a minute. There we go. Pressed on the wrong button. Sorry about that. Here we go. So there was a little bit of a Twitter war going on between Eve Barlow and this lady called Lauri Loewenberg. Now, she's a certified dream analyst who's been on the Dr. Oz show. Now, let me give it to you 100. Believe what you want to believe, all right? Don't get me wrong. However, right, guys? Firstly, dream analysts, don't believe in them. Don't believe in them. I just think it's hokey pokey. But if you do, fair play. Me, I don't. Secondly, she's been on the Dr. Oz show. She's an expert on the Dr. Oz show. Guys, I think that's enough said. However,
I'm a surgeon.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Okay.
However, she's also been on live with Kelly and Ryan today and more. So, given the full context, but to be on the Dr. Oz show, I'm sorry, your credibility.
Yeah. Doesn't mean what it used to mean.
No, not at all.
No.
So, how did this Twitter war between this Lauri lass and Eve Barlow kick off? Well, Eve Barlow, a few days ago, gobbed off on Twitter as usual. Fair play to her. She says, Depp to lawyer Camille Vasquez. Hey, you know how you have that mate who you can pretend to be a psychologist? If we ever have her over for dinner, do you think she'll agree to make up that my ex-wife has borderline personality disorder? Now, guys, she's talking about Dr. Curry here. The wife of Muffin Man and all that malarkey. The first half hour of a freaking testimony, it was all about listing all the qualifications, every educational institution that she's been to. She's schooled up. She's read her books. She knew what she was talking about. When she was testifying, she was backing herself up with empirical data and facts. So regardless of whether Dr. Curry had any prior friendship with Camille Vasquez or not, that didn't come into play because, again, she backed it up with empirical evidence and facts, right?
Yep.
Before we continue, Kim, any comments at this stage?
I think just for me, when we talk about Dr. Curry, it bothers me when there's any type of discrediting for her because I mean, as someone who's been through a lot of mental health therapy and things like that, I mean, I would much, much, much rather have Dr. Curry as my physician, as my mental health professional, as my psychologist or whatever, than any of the mental health physicians that Amber Heard's team brought in. Easily. So yeah, to me that just is so frustrating. It just falls flat whenever there's those types of arguments. It's reaching very, very far, and I don't understand it.
Well, before we continue, Deborah Hughes, thank you so much for the $19.99 super chat for Andy, and also Kim as well. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. So going back, so that was Eve's tweet that really much kicked everything off at this stage. So what did Lauri, this quote-unquote dream expert, say, right? Well, here we go. I worry for Eve. She's giving hashtag Amber Heard everything she's got. But once Amber feels Eve is no longer worthy, she'll turn on her physically, emotionally, and psychologically. Hashtag Amber Heard is not alone in being a female monster. We need to support Eve when the inevitable happens. Now, Kim, when you hear that in terms of what Lauri said, what's your initial reactions to that?
I mean, if everything that we have been led to believe is true, I don't think she's completely wrong, unfortunately. There seems to be a pattern with Amber Heard and her previous relationships, everything from her ex-wife to Johnny. Things don't tend to go well, it seems. And if Eve is in a relationship with Amber, I hope that they're okay. And I hope, regardless of any of this, I have no ill will to Eve Barlow. I hope she is okay. But I mean, I'm not going to lie, this thought had crossed my mind. I'm not a dream interpreter, but this had crossed my mind. I don't know if it had for you at all, but it had for me.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm actually kind of in disagreement with It's Kim.
Okay.
Because with Lauri, okay, if we go back to this, she's speaking in absolutes. Once Amber feels Eve is no longer worthy, she'll turn on her. To me, let's not get it twisted here. We know what happened between Amber and Johnny Depp. We can make definitive statements between Amber and Johnny Depp because, guys, we watched the 6-week freaking trial. We saw the evidence. We heard, we watched the freaking evidence, right? So we can make definitive statements in regards to the relationship between Amber and Johnny Depp. However, this is where, believe it or not, I'm actually kind of defending Eve Barlow here.
Okay.
You cannot make definitive statements like this when you do not have any evidence as to what Eve Barlow's and Amber Heard's relationship is actually like in the first place. I would have agreed if she turned around and she said, look, kind of like what Kim said. Hey, based on previous experience, Amber might, in the end, feel that Eve is no longer worthy. And she might actually then turn on her. And if that happens, guys, we need to support Eve when that happens. Right? But she's talking in inevitability. She even literally uses that word, inevitable. But the one thing where she makes the mistake, as far as I'm concerned, in this tweet, is she's making a tweet of fact. This will happen. It is inevitable. Amber Heard will turn on Eve Barlow. She will cut her loose because she won't find her any use anymore, and then that will be it. Well, experience shows that, yeah, there is potentially a pattern of that. But to literally say that is definitely going to happen between Eve and Amber, I don't know. I just don't think it's a greatly constructed tweet.
Yeah, and I will agree with you there. I feel like it was kind of a Lauri, who asked you though during the moment, like, why did you feel like you had the why was this so important for you to say? Because like when I look at this, I think about the track record of Amber, I also think about her friends. The fact that we didn't have one friend show up for her in court. Not one. So not only her romantic relationships, but her friendship relationships. And I mean, there's a number of reasons that could be the case. But you know what I mean? Like, you know the way that it looks. You know how it looks. So I understand the concern. But it's like, I've had that concern, but I've never felt the need to go on Twitter and like word vomit my thoughts on what I assume the relationship between Amber Heard and Eve Barlow is. So it's a little weird for her to kind of, in my opinion, to kind of take that road, especially when, I hate to say it, you've got the blue check mark, you're verified. People are going to look at your comment. They're going to notice you because they think that you're important for some reason, important enough to have a blue check mark. I don't know why she felt the need. That's all. If that makes sense. Does that make more sense?
That does.
Are we
make
more on
sense.
the same page kind of then?
Yeah. And the thing is, right, I have never once commented on the state of the relationship or anything like that between Eve Barlow and Amber Heard, from what I can remember. I mean, to be fair, my brain's like a goldfish, so, you know. But what I have done is I have criticised Eve's ideas and the statements that she makes on Twitter. That, yes. But this, again, it's not every day you're going to see this, and this is probably going to be one of those unicorn moments, but I think this is unfair on Eve Barlow and, to a certain extent, Amber Heard to be making a statement of fact and saying it's going to be an inevitability that Amber's going to do this.
Yeah.
Because do you know what? If someone said that about me, I'd be like, shut the front door on the way out.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you?
Yeah. Nobody asked you, Patrice. Like,
exactly.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
And so Eve Barlow claps back, okay? And says this. Tell you what, Lauri, I'll blink twice if I urgently need your dream interpretation services, yeah? Now, it's a clap back. I'll give her some snaps for it. I think
I'm not mad about it.
But I ain't mad about it, exactly. I'm not mad about it. But you know what? I think Eve Barlow was well within her right at this stage to be like,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that line down. Bog off. Who are you? She's kind of like, how do I put this? Roasting her for being the dream expert. This is why I mentioned right at the beginning. For me, I don't believe in dream experts. To me, I think, you know, again, what you believe is what you believe. But to me, I think they're selling snake oil. You know, it's that kind of thing for me. So in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, I think Eve Barlow with this tweet might actually be doing kind of the same thing and roasting her. Fair play. But what do you think in terms of this, Kim?
I honestly feel like it's kind of similar in a weird way to what we've said, and just the whole thing of like, Lauri, no one asked you. Your expertise is not really helpful in this situation. Nobody asked you. If I have questions about dreams, I'll call you. But until then, I don't think we really have much to talk about. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's like, Lauri, stick to the dream world. Yeah,
stay in your lane.
Stick to the dream world. Forget about reality. Just stick to the dream world, lass. And Dr. Oz and all that situation. But guys, what do you think? Sound off with your gobs in the comments down below. everyone that's watching live, do not stay anywhere because Ladies' Night will be starting in a moment. I see Amy Goodhart in the waiting room. We will be letting her in and the fun and mayhem will begin, guys. But for everyone else, make sure you stick around. We're not going to end. I'm just going to cut this for YouTube. But what you're going to see on screen right now, if you're on the replay, are a few videos that you may want to watch. Go on. They look really, really tasty that you want to lick them and then click them. Go on. I dare you. I double dare you. Yeah.